What and welcome back to Logix Lens, and today we're going to talk about Xbox and Microsoft. So the past 2-3 days, a lot has gone on. It's another clear sign that the video games industry is imploding, and the first one to fall might be Xbox. At this point, Microsoft has went around and bought big game studios, the biggest gaming industry purchase to date with ABK. Our assumption with all this was that they were purchasing them in order to get more games in their catalog, to grow a bigger base, to make more money. We all know the end root of all of this. But now it seems like they might have bit off more than they can chew. This was probably the best decision for them. ABK, as big as it is, they get some more IPs in, get some new ideas, get some people to make games, because clearly Xbox didn't have it in them to keep creating new IPs that would work and sell well. You know, you get the games that already exist, put them on Game Pass, make new stuff that's enticing on Game Pass. It sounds like a foolproof plan, right? Well, wrong. Games that they actually did come up with, studios are now closing. Xbox doesn't know what to do. They're scrambling, and everything is going up in flames. Let's head over to IGN and look at the articles they've been posting for the past 3 days, and y'all gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. So we're on IGN's website. Microsoft closes Redfall developer Arcane Austin, Hi-Fi Rush developer Tango Gameworks, and more, in devastating cuts at Bethesda. What in the hell? Hi-Fi Rush is one of their darlings from last year, and they cut the studio down. Redfall, that makes total sense. We saw that coming. Microsoft has closed a number of Bethesda studios, including Redfall maker Arcane Austin, Hi-Fi Rush, and the Evil Within developer Tango Gameworks, and more, in devastating cuts at Bethesda, IGN can confirm. Alpha Dog Games, maker of mobile game Mighty Doom, will also close. Roundhouse Studios will be absorbed by the Elder Scrolls Online developer Cinemax Online Studios. Microsoft, currently valued at over $3 trillion, did not say how many staff will lose their jobs, but significant layoffs are inevitable. IGN has asked Bethesda for comment. Microsoft declined to expand further when contacted by IGN. I think that's very telling. This is already bad PR that you're closing studios with successful games, and then you don't want to talk when asked about layoffs and what's going on with this decision. It just looks bad, and it's not gonna go over well, man. This is looks like a post from Arcane, the makers of Redfall. Today it was announced that Arcane also will close and development will not continue on Redfall. No, we knew that. Nobody cares. Nobody was expecting more from Redfall. Arcane Leon will continue their focus on immersive experiences. Yeah, so I'm sorry. It's not that I don't care about people having their jobs or Arcane in general, but Redfall was just a commercial failure, and that writing was on the wall. Arcane Leon, which is working on Marvel's Blade, survives the cull and does Bethesda Game Studios, Fallout, the old Elder Scrolls, Starfield, Machine Games, Indiana Jones. Of course, the games that ain't came out yet, the studios aren't gonna close. They ain't had their time yet. But we'll see what happens, since Hi-Fi Rush had to go. If these games work out, who knows what'll happen. Doom developer id Software is also unaffected. The reprioritization of titles and resources mean a few teams will be realigned to others, and that some of our colleagues will be leaving us. So this section is basically telling us what they're gonna do with their resources and their staffing to better fit their needs, because I guess the money isn't working out. Let's look at what it says about Tango Gameworks. Tango Gameworks will also close. We are thankful for their contributions to Bethesda and players around the world. Hi-Fi Rush will continue to be available to players on the platform. So what they just basically say, all these studios is getting closed. They're like, all right, bye guys. God, this is insane. So just so you guys know, this isn't even the most wild part of all this. Let's look at the article that was posted today on IGN and see what they said about all these changes that's happening. Xbox exec reportedly told staff, "We need smaller games that give us prestige and awards," a day after shutting down Hi-Fi Rush dev Tango Gameworks. Have y'all ever heard of a contradiction, oxymoron, ass backwards, conundrum, paradox? How in the fuck do you close the studio that gave you a small successful game with awards and then turn around and say, man, we need more games that are smaller and get us some awards. Bro, I'm like, I don't get it. What is it? A Hi-Fi Rush was right there in your hands. A Hi-Fi Rush 2 was right there. What was wrong with that? Why not delve more into that since you clearly can't think of new shit? Use what works and make a part 2. And we used to it by now. The boss of Xbox Studios reportedly told Bethesda staff, we need smaller games to give us prestige and awards just a day after shutting down Hi-Fi Rush. The Verge reported on the remarks after it emerged that Tango Gameworks was in the process of pitching a Hi-Fi Rush sequel and wanted to hire additional staff before its sudden closure. Similarly, Arcane Austin had hoped to make another immersive sim in the Dishonored vein that would have required staffing up before it was shut down. The report, which sheds additional light on the shock closures of Tango Gameworks and Redfall developer Arcane Austin, claimed Xbox leadership that the overall studio system was spread too thin, with Xbox Game Studios chief Matt Booty reportedly linking it to peanut butter on bread. I just want to say, if you have not watched my Cracking the Lens video on this channel, go watch it now and let me know what you think, because I think that video explains a lot of what's going on here. COVID made people act like this money was just going to be infinite and they could hire all these people because gaming is doing so great in this year that was like not like any other year for a specific reason. And now you cannot relive that magic. It's just not going to happen in normal standards. You guys over there at Xbox are just running around scrambling, hiring people, buying up shit, throwing your money around with no game plan, and this is what happens. You close studios where they made games that actually work. You close studios that actually had potential, but you didn't let them do what they should have done and let them cook to make the game that probably would have worked. Redfall didn't work because y'all wanted to make more money off of it instead of making a good game. Hi-Fi Rush worked because it's a small game that worked and it was a good game. You guys are just doing anything. You're not paying any attention. If you gotta close studios, I get it, but don't close studios of games that worked. And clearly the direction we're going now, AA games are that piff right now. So why even stop even investing in those studios? I don't get it. Like I said, watch Cracking the Lens. I talked about all this in depth. It's not making any sense. These decisions, I just totally don't get it. And then it's like, what's gonna happen with Game Pass? Like, you closing more studios, there's less options to put games in there. You know, I'm hearing things about a price increase, so there might be another video. I don't know. Like, at this point, Xbox has completely lost the plot. Hopefully we get some dramatic changes in our favor, because if we see them make the changes, we'll make the changes too to make sure that these companies stay thriving and stay alive. Thanks for tuning in to Logix Lens, where the game is winning. I'm out.